wash on there. So now it is time for the first highlight. And what we're going to do with that is I'm just going to add a little bit of, I'm not using all Citadel paints here. This is actually Folk Art Light Flesh. It's just a very light flesh tone color. I don't know the exact name of the Citadel equivalent, but I know there is one. I'm just going to add a drop of that to my already mixed wash that we were using before for the first coat. And I'm going to get that good and diluted. Okay, so right here, start. Okay. I probably should not have gotten that much highlight on the bottom side of this muscle here. That should be more in shadow, so let me see if I can fix that real fast. No, that's only making it worse. Okay. That's okay. We'll go back over that one when we're doing the shadowing. So not to worry, we'll come back. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the fingers here. Get the top sides of those. Alright, let's see if we can tackle the face here. He really is a mean looking dude, isn't he? His face is all scrunched up. I think this is probably the closest I've actually looked at this model. Which is sort of strange because I run them in almost every single Khador list I play. Okay. We don't want to cover up all the dark areas there. Let me get focused in. You guys can see what I've got there on the face so far. Okay. There we are. And let's go over to the other arm here. We've got very diluted paint, so we're pulling the pigments to us here. We start where we don't want color, and we move to where we do want color. So where the brush comes off the model is where the most paint is going to be. So we've got those there, and then let's get the tops of these fingers. Okay. I'm going to try and pull up towards the knuckle here. Alright. So, looking pretty good. We got that. Now, let's do a second highlight. We're going to take a little more of that light flesh and add to the mix. I've got enough on the palette here to just do that without adding any more. And just a touch more water. Alright, let's start back on this arm again. We're only moving over part of what we moved over last time. We don't want to kill those nice midtones that we made the first go round. So we're only going to go on part of the fingers this time. There we go. Okay, we'll save the face for last here, and we'll move on to this arm. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, so let's get these fingers here. Okay. And we're going to leave the other joint down there alone. We'll leave that in more shadow. So let's do the face. This brush isn't exactly the best brush, but that's okay. This model doesn't have a frightful amount of detail on it. The face is probably going to be the most difficult. I got a little too much on his lip there. Let's try and pull it out. So we're going to have to go back over that bit. Okay, I'm going to try and tone it down just a little bit on the lip. With a little bit of the Griffin Sepia again. There we go. Okay. That is better. So, we got all the highlights here done, so let's move on to the shading, which we're doing on the inside. So, back to the original mixture we had here. Let's add just a touch of Bootstrap Brown from the P3 line. It's a sort of a medium brown, almost like a light milk chocolate brown. That's just going to help darken things up a little bit. And actually, I don't think that's going to be quite dark enough. Let's go with a burnt umber from Folk Art. Here's the container, but here it is on the brush. It's a rather dark brown, so let's do that because our shadows are already darker than the Bootstrap Brown is going to be. So we'll take just a little bit of the original mix and mix it with that to give us sort of a unified tone. Make sure that we dilute this down enough. We don't want to kill all of the natural shadows down there. Okay, so let's flip this over. Okay, wow, that bit right there is looking a little rough. Let's pull down. Now's our opportunity to darken that part up a little bit. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so because we're trying to move quickly here, I'm going to say the flesh is done. Looks pretty good to me. We're going for tabletop quality, so that's what we got here. So, up next, I think probably the hair, and the wrappings on the arm, and the hat are probably the next up item. So we'll do those, and then we'll move on to the clothing and the tabard in the back and the accessories and the weaponry. So, okay, alright. So, for the hair, I think he should have some dark brown hair. So, let's start out with essentially our last mix there with the burnt umber and just lighten up a touch with some of that Talon flesh that we've already got on the palette here. So, let's see. That's the color we're looking for here. Alright, so. You know what? I completely missed his ear. We should probably go ahead and take care of that while we have the other paint still fresh on the palette. We'll do that really quick. Okay.